Drug, you're
The
genuinely
existence of
like
my
my last
people
piece
just
of
lives in a front to God. How did you do that, bro?
Not
You're
true,
just
bro.
inverted his camera, bro.
no one else would
No, ask the black Israelites, bro. They're well versed in this. Your existence, dude, it's demonic. Okay. The black Israelites are.
Yeah. Listen to a fucking black Israelite. Don't listen to a
jackass. Hey, jackass. You're not wrong. How the fuck did you get on my friends list, huh? Motherfucker. Dr. Rob, how do I escape out of sub 5 though, bro?
What?
Just grab a fillet knife and just keep going, man. Never stop. You know how they bone smash? Just do that with a knife, man. I've tried ass smashing, bro. Nice, dude. Yeah, that's good, man. Games.
You guys work out your bodies, you know about that, but we also have to work out our minds. We have to exercise our minds. It's not enough to just fixate on the physical side of looks maxing. We also have to looks max our mind, right? So we have positive qualities in the mind. We have a sense of peace. We have a sense of stature. We have a sense of integrity. We have a sense of dynamics. We have a depth of mind, right? And in your life, you will have to have a depth of mind. People will look at your mind. People aren't just going to look at your body. People are also going to look at your mind. Just like you guys look at my mind. If you just looked at my body, what would you have to say? So you look at my mind as well. Right? So how do you guys take care of your mind? How do you guys relate to taking care of your mind? Because if you don't take care of your body's going to be messed up. If you don't take care of your mind's going to be messed up. I'm not preaching to you some kind of spiritual lula. I'm just talking about how you work with your mind.
You gotta be helping water, nigga.
Yeah, eat raw meat. Hey, Dr. Rob. So what's the difference between the traditional and modern way of thinking spiritually?
Just looking at your way of thinking, okay? Don't worry about the traditional way of thinking or the modern way of thinking. What's your way of thinking? What's your way of working with your thoughts and relating to your own mind? Especially the negative mental states. The negative mental states that you deal with. How do you looks max those?
Dr. Rob,
hey, motherfucker. You don't know what it's like being 5'6" and fucking Indian. Don't ever tell me how my mental state should be.
I'm so sorry, bro.
In my circumstances, anyone would have a bad mental
mulatto king, you're not fooling anybody, okay?
I feel a lot of love towards you guys. I feel a lot of kindness towards you guys. I love you guys. I want you guys to be well. I want you guys to be happy. All that stuff. Why wouldn't I? And I want myself to be well. I want every cell in my body to be happy. I want every cell in my body to be well. Mentally. If it's a meme, it's a meme, right? If it's real, it's real. That's the way that it is already.
You're in your skin.
Can you groom me?
I'm somebody who, as a young man, I had mental health issues. I spent 8 years as a Buddhist monk. I trained my mind. I dealt with my mind. I looks maxed my mind. Now I have a very high PSL score in terms of the mind. No, that's about it. I just told you, when I was 20 years old, I went to live at a meditation center. I lived at a Zen Buddhist meditation center for a year. I got training on how to work with the mind, how to meditate, right? And then that led me to, when I was 25,
You have like 4 fragments of reality.
it led me to when I became a monk and lived throughout the world, traveled throughout the world as a monk, learning from masters, learning from meditation is not a scam. Knowing how to work with your mind is not a scam, man. It's real.
I think you're the last person that should be talking about mental health.
What's your basis of that? Some superficial, shallow idea that you have about who I am and what's going on here? It's superficial. It's a fake idea. It's a fake position. And it's not a position you're willing to stand behind or put your heart into. What I'm saying is that you got to put your heart into every single mental, verbal, and physical action that you do. You have to be aware of your intention. What is your intention right now? Is it to make me look stupid or make me look not cool? Well, how's that going to help you?
I don't want to make you feel stupid. I think you're probably smart, you know?
Thank you.
But here's the thing. You're channeling it in the wrong way, you know? You seem seem like you have a little
Says who?
schizophrenia, man.
Who are you to say what's the right way and the wrong way? Your username is Mulatto King. Introduce yourself. Who are you? I've introduced myself. A lot of people here know me. They know that Dr. Rob is a guy who used to be a monk. He's been on the Kai Cenat podcast. He's been on the Matan Evans podcast. He's collaborated with million subscriber YouTube channels. Who have you practiced with? Who have you trained with?
Schizophrenic, people can still call out that I'm acting schizophrenic.
Okay, well, tell me in what way I'm acting schizophrenic right now.
Well, I mean,
Today, Junior, it's a LARP. It's a joke. If you don't have anything real to say, then don't say anything. And as well as kindness, right? If you want to have a real conversation, then let's have that. If you want to bullshit,
what conversation?
then do that.
What do you think the age consent should be, Dr. Rob?
That's bullshit. 18 is fine. Let's keep it at 18.
Damn straight, that's all man-made. We go for whatever we want. Damn straight.
Well, when you're LARPing, when you're not being sincere, when you're being disingenuous, yeah, we go for whatever we want. But when life comes and hits you in the face, when life requires your authenticity, your parents die, or you get sick, or some situation happens in your life where you lose something that you didn't want to lose, that's when you're going to have to show up to the plate and swing. I'm a swinger. I'm a heavy hitter. And I'm known to be a heavy hitter. Okay, I'm known to be a heavy hitter. That's why I have the perms that I have. That's why I'm wearing a suit, because it's reflective of my status as a heavy hitter. So let's get real. You want to see what's on the whiteboard? We'll take a look. What is on the whiteboard? And why is it reversed on Discord?
What are you even on about, dude? Are you gonna give us advice or
Why don't you read what's on the? Why don't you start by reading what's on the whiteboard?
Yeah, okay. It's very blurry, but
Well, it's a 4K camera, so it's not going to be blurry for long. The focus is probably off.
This nigga's trying to
It's in reverse right now?
lead everyone to the right path, bro. I can't lie. You guys
Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the whiteboard. Is it showing up straight or is it showing up wrong? Is it showing up straight or is it showing up wrong?
bro,
that's what he's all about.
I mean, shit, whatever.
Is the whiteboard language straight or is it wrong?
It's right. It's
Okay,
Dr.
so
Rob,
what does it
stop
say?
your game, dude. You're a fucking schizophrenic man that
These
got-
are just ad hominem, baseless attacks, and it's just ego fake stuff. You're not being genuine, and you're being inappropriate in this space. So what it says, thinking about helping others, dropping judgments, not relying on judgments and thoughts to go through your life. Okay, if you go to university, you go to Harvard, do you rely on your own judgments and thoughts while going through Harvard? No, if you want to get your degree, you shut your mouth and you learn and you experience, right? And the other thing that this says right here, which is interesting, is that this is a real community of people already. Just like if we were in a room together, or if we were traveling together in the forest or whatever. Okay, so what's being emphasized here is not that complicated. It says, look at the way your mind is right now. Look at the way your mind is right now. And take responsibility for that and be realistic about that. Because it's going to help you in your life.
Realistic, this is all heebie-jeebies, bud.
Well, it's heebie-jeebies to you, but it's pretty common sense to me. And that's why I'm here to share with you guys and give you guys a little bit of information, because you guys might have been led down a lot of wrong pathways in your life and have a lot of confusion that's not necessary. You act out from a bad intention. You don't know how to examine or look at the intention that you have in your mind. Life is going to not be as well as it could be. Your mental PSL score is going to be a lot lower than it could be. So that's why I'm the founder of Mind Maxing. That's why I'm the founder. It's a mind max. It's a mental PSL score. It's not a physical looks PSL score.
okay, man.
Yo, can you read my profile?
Dude, yes, read me in my profile picture.
Wait, so Robert, is this going to be true relative to your own understanding of these concepts?
Well, you have to firstly ask, am I actually looking at my own understanding? Like, am I willing to look at the way that I'm understanding right now? Am I willing to be reflective about my thought patterns and the way that I view the world, the way that I view myself? So you have to do that process. Meditation is a process of examining your own mind.
Yes, I'm just asking, is it going to be like external to yourself? Is it going to be like something that I can really like analytically view as true? Or is it going to be relative to the individual person?
Well, it depends on how you do that analyzation work. Because you can do that work with your biases, your prejudgments, and then it's going to be dependent on the person. It's going to be not particularly accurate. So that's why a big process of meditation and that analyzation is to drop your biases and your prejudgments. So that's why I got on that other guy, because he's just propositioning us to go in line with his prejudgments and his biases, but there's no information to say that those are accurate or based on like practical experience, which is why I don't say I was a Buddhist monk for 8 years to toot my own horn or say, look, I have a degree or something, but just to share some of that information about my real life practical experiences that convey an honesty or a genuineness or a livedness in life, then we can talk about that from that position.
Dr. Rob, I get what you're trying to do, but for these people, it's like a lost cause, bro.
It's not. Nobody's a lost cause. Certainly you guys aren't a lost cause. If everybody here was a lost cause, they wouldn't have to leave. They leave because it's not a lost cause, but they don't want to go through that work. They don't want to go through that process. What did you say, Christianity?
Yeah, wouldn't you be saying that, or wouldn't you be thinking that like these things are going to be true as is evident to you, but it's just going to be something that you presuppose to be evident?
Not if you examine it for yourself, like your relationship with God, right? If your relationship with God is just through belief, there's a saying in the Bible, it says, faith without action is dead faith. So you have to develop your relationship with God, not just going around like a chicken with its head cut off saying, I believe, I believe, I believe. Well, put that into practice. If God is real, then God is to be known for ourselves, to be experienced for ourselves in deep prayer. Our relationship with God is more important than our belief in God. Your belief can be a dead belief.
Faith and belief are going to be the same in this case. And when it says that you have to work out your faith, it's just simply going to be something that's going to be centered just between the common man.
Hell no, this
This nigga.
I just think that Buddhism is incorrect. We presuppose to be evident.
Well, you have to develop because there's been tons of interfaith dialogue between Christianity and Buddhism. It's just that a lot of people who are quote unquote Christians are not very deeply practicing Christians. All right, so it goes to that quote from the Bible again, right? A faith without actions is a dead faith. So probably most American Christians, or at least 50%, have a dead faith. Means if you ask them if they believe in God, they'd say, oh yeah, I believe in God. They don't go to church. They don't study the Bible. They don't have any relationship with prayer except maybe for asking for things. So this is to make your mental faith in yourself a living faith. And that means you can have these kinds of dialogues and we can go deeply into our understanding. We can share that understanding. We can share our experience with one another. This is an incredible platform. I mean, this is the pinnacle of technology. We've never had more access to being in community spaces with one another, but you see how superficial they can be and can become. But it doesn't need to be that way. So biologically, right, our brains are wired evolutionarily, right? That if we can hear someone and see someone, our brains are telling us, our body is telling us we're in the room with that person. Because this technology has only come across, the last, 10 years or 20 years. So there's not a real difference between me and you being in the room together right now for your body, for your mind, versus us being online. Because our brains haven't adapted or shifted to understand that different dynamic, that different possibility.
I think it fucking has, actually.
Absolutely not. Evolution takes a very, very long time, right?
It's not fucking real.
I believe that this conception of like experimental and instrumental concepts is going to be taken to a literal and just say that it's relative to the individual person.
Well, if you overthink it, you better get a degree, right? If you want to make your position effective overthinking, then you'll need a degree to go along with that.
You're gonna need a man-made piece of paper if you want to have an opinion, bro.
Well, what is that opinion? So now we'll go to Danielito. What did Christianity is true just say? What did he mean by that? You have no idea, right? You have no idea. So it's an ego response, right? It's a constant ego. It's a constant ego defense and attack response. And then sometimes we kind of LARP as being equal as well. Well, that's a little bit more honest, right? Because it's saying, look, I'm just attacking, I'm just LARPing, I'm just conflict oriented. Instead of pretending that we understand something that we don't.
Things that aren't true, like you said, some things that just blatantly aren't true.
So give me one thing that I said that's not true.
Well, Buddhism.
I said the word Buddhism, and that's not true?
No, obviously you didn't say the word fucking Buddhism, bro. You said something about how Buddhism is like, that's your shit. So, I mean,
Well, Buddhism is my shit. It couldn't get more true than saying that Buddhism is my shit. So what you just said was not true.
Okay, nigga, you subscribe to religion. Like, that's just not, you know.
I subscribe to meditation. I subscribe to mindfulness and detachment. I subscribe to mind investigation. I'm just telling you guys to investigate your own minds. I'm just telling you guys that one way or another, you will have to take responsibility for compulsive, negative mental states and learning how to deal with them internally in your own mind. That's not Buddhism, that's psychology.
Okay, when people are saying you're Buddhist, bro, so I don't know.
All right, well, we're good. I mean, you know, it's good. It's not about fighting with each other. It's just having a conversation.
I'm not fighting with you. I just disagree with you also on that.
What do you disagree with?
From what I got, you think evolution is real? I don't.
Okay.
I don't think that evolution is just something that's going to be qualified within like any kind of analytical data or like logic.
Okay, so you guys are kind of anti-science.
No, not really.
Well, there's an idea of science, right? But then there's like, how did we get computer? I mean, you guys are taking me way back. I remember when I used to be like a debating atheist, you know what I mean? But like how we got computers and stuff was through what's called the scientific method. The theory of evolution also goes together with the scientific method. I'm not here to debate about Christianity. I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian Buddhist. I'm a Christian Buddhist. 100% I am.
But you do subscribe to religion. So you do subscribe to religion, I guess.
Those words are confessionally bounding to a Christian.
So let's mute our mics. We don't need to hear ASMR of anybody eating. Let's carry ourselves well in this environment.
I did way. Hey, man.
Analytical study that disproves the existence of there being like some kind of like
Hey, Nick.
some kind of like mission that would presuppose there being a different mover or
What you dancing for, nigga?
Hey, Jack, fuck up, nigga.
Hey, what you dancing for, nigga?
Our God is an awesome God. He reigns from heaven above with wisdom, power, and strength. Our God is an awesome God.
Dr. Rob, you're brainwashed by gay satanic Jews.
Okay.
Hey, Dr. Rob, I've found like
I'm just letting you guys know that the like disassociated, disingenuous LARP is going to be a problem as you get older. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you have to be in a rush to get older or take on more responsibilities. I'm just saying that you have to stop pretending to understand and know everything when you know that you don't. You've been pushed through one of the lowest systems of education in the entire world. Danieletto, you've been pushed through one of the lowest systems of education in the entire world, and now what? You're going to defend the American education system? Are you going to defend the American education system?
No, I'm going against it. I don't know. You don't know me, bro.
But you've gone through it, and that's a process of conditioning,
Yeah,
right? So you've been conditioned through that system. And besides that, you've had the algorithm shove whatever content and whatever memes and whatever information it could down your throat.
You're generalizing everybody too much. You think?
But isn't that pretty common? Isn't that a pretty common experience? The American education system doesn't teach you how to think, and it doesn't teach you how to reflect on your own mind and examine your own biases. It teaches you how to memorize and consume information and regurgitate it under force. And that's problematic. I'm not trying to do that to you.
That's what I say. Like I'm not one of those.
Well, we agree on that.
Yes, we do.
So I'm sure there's a lot of things that we agree on, just like I'm sure there's plenty of things that we disagree about. Even if you're a Christian and they're not or whatever.
Well, you're not. It's just going to be something that's going to be true in every possible way.
Well, what's true for me is true for me. What's true for you is true for you. So we have our own experiences. We have our position to identify ourselves. And you're certainly not going to take that away from me.
Wait, Dr. Rob, is it going to be true that P cannot be P, or what?
Excuse me?
Is it true that P cannot be P?
Those are nice sunglasses, Dishware.
It's mine.
Dr.
Hey, we got a slight haircut, man. We got a slight haircut.
Dr. Rob,
Cannot be P.
Yes.
Dr. Rob, what do you think about raw
Yeah,
meat?
like,
What?
What do you think about eating raw meat?
It's not something that I practice.
it's fine.
Well, that's something I've been practicing.
Well, the problem is that I think that veganism is a good. It's not good to kill animals and stuff, but in terms of eating any meat, like to actually get clean meat in America is very, very difficult. So a lot of the meat that you'll find at the grocery store has had cancer cut out of it. It's full of antibiotics. It's full of all kinds of bad things. And the whole system of how they made that meat's very immoral. They torture the animals. The animals live in filth. So if you were to eat raw meat, I certainly wouldn't eat any raw meat from the grocery store.
Yeah, I've been doing it for 2 years. I get a sticker on.
I didn't expect to meet a raw meat eater. That's interesting. I eat sushi sometimes, but I think that veganism is better morally.
Wait, Dr. Rob, what's going to be the distinction between a fish and a regular animal, like a cow?
Excuse me?
What's going to be like the actual rational distinction between the two?
I didn't hear what you said. The two what?
Yeah, what's going to be the distinction between a fish and a cow?
Well-
To their intellect.
Well, there's one teacher named Sadhguru, and he talks about if you're going to eat meat, you should eat meat as far away in the connection to humans as you can. So like fish are very far disconnected from humans, whereas like eating monkeys would be very, very connected to humans. So he wouldn't recommend that. In terms of the intelligence of fish versus cows, cows can feel love. They feel happiness. They've cried. There's a story that this monk Ajahn Brahm talks about where there's this very hardened guy in prison, and Ajahn Brahm was working in the prison system to teach them meditation, help them deal. Prisons are horrible. And this was like one of the worst guys, like a killer, a fighter. I think he was in prison for murder. And the prison system had him working. The prison system had him working at like a cattle farm where they kill the cattle. So he was the guy who would shoot them in the head with like this. Anybody ever see that movie, like No Country for Old Men? Has anybody seen that? Yeah. The gun that like compression gun that like shoots out and then goes back in. So he was the guy that actually used that on the cattle farm. And so at one point he was doing that, right? And this cow was looking at him, and the cow literally started crying. He saw the cow started crying, and he said, I can't do this anymore. So he conveyed that. So I believe that. And killing those kind of animals, it's one thing to kill them and be involved in that process, but also eating them, of course, supports that process. So like fish have less cognitive emotions, I would say. But it still wouldn't be good because they're they're living beings, so they don't want to die, just like you don't want to die, so you don't want to be killed.
Yeah, but there's so nutritious. There's so nutritious. And it tastes so good.
Yeah, I just think that animals are inferior in terms of their intellect because can you for example, can you have a monkey, even a monkey or like a chimpanzee, can you have them solve any concepts or mathematical equations that would be inherent within their own intellect?
Well, this is something that they also apply to like children. So it's a very big concept of called childism, which is this idea that children are inherently less than adults, right? But depending on the axiom that you use to understand that, like, well, adults do all the most horrible things in the world. Like all the genocides, all of the destruction of the planet, all the pollution has all come from adults. So there's all kinds of different kinds of intelligence. So in terms of destroying the environment that we all live in, fish would probably be better at not doing that. So that is a kind of intelligence, going with the Tao, the way, the flow, and not destroying, not being so destructive. So humans are the most intelligent beings that we're, animals that we know about, or, humans, but they're also the most destructive. So, I certainly would prefer if we weren't destroying, our lands and our waters and all that.
So what do you mean by we're just going to assume that these creatures are human? They aren't human.
Yeah, fish are not humans. I agree.
Right. So the distinction between a fish and a human is just going to be the apprehension, like the intellect, and it's going to be like the ascent of the intellect to some kind of to some kind of concept in which they can use these concepts as extra mental.
Yeah. Well, any conceptual basis for the intellect as a Christian falls before God. So that's one of the things I always talk about Christians to and about, is that if you think that your thought of God is God, you've got a big problem. Because God is bigger than human conceptuality. It's bigger than the human intellect. And so to follow in the footsteps of Christ is not to fixate on human intellect, but actually the human capacity to be selfless, to be generous, to be kind, to be forgiving, to be contemplative. Right? The story of Jesus's 40 days in the desert was actually, and being tempted by Satan, was a contemplative story, right? About being challenged, about the evils in the world and the evils in ourselves. You're not giving into temptation. And pride is one of the greatest sins, right? Pride is one of the greatest sins. So that pride that we have about our intellect and ourself in comparison to God, that's why there's so many practices of, contemplative prayer, meditative prayer, a deep way that we relate to God rather than just our intellect. Because then you get into this situation where instead of worshiping God, you're actually worshiping your idea of God, which is just your ego. That's a big American Christian problem, is that their Christianity becomes a kind of self-worship, ego worship, righteous punishment and pride, righteous pride. But we should be prideful about our willingness to sacrifice ourselves, to forgive, to help others, to deepen our relationship with God, etc.
No, because the intellect itself is going to have some kind of knowability or kind of ascension to some kind of higher power, given the fact that there is going to exist a certain kind of transcendental conception of God himself.
No. It's not the intellect that meets God. It's the heart that meets God. It's not your line of thinking that gets you closer to God. It's your depth of prayer and meditation and self-sacrifice and surrender. That's the example of Christ. So it's not your intellect doesn't have anything to do with God. Your human intellect is kind of barbaric. It's tribal. That's why God had to give us these commandments, right? God had to give us all these rules on how to live because our intellect is not reliable. It's God's wisdom, God's compassion, and then the example of Christ. Christ wasn't a philosopher. Christ didn't write books of philosophy and analytical, intellectual things. Christ spoke things that anyone could understand, even the lowest people. Even the most common people. Remember Christ washing the feet of a prostitute. Christ didn't wash the feet of philosophers. He threw over their tables and said, all of this is wrong. All of this is incorrect. You've created a church unto yourself, a church unto your own ego, a church unto your own intellect. So you have to question yourself, how much time do I spend in prayer? How much time do I spend in self-reflection, giving myself to God and following in the footsteps of Christ, rather than just building up your own pride about your ego?
If we're gonna just cherry pick what Christ says, and just bring out
Zeus Krishna, bro. Zeus Krishna.
So basically, when Christ says, like, he's the only way, truth, and life, that the kingdom of heaven will not be closed on the gates of the church, and that Hades will not prevail over the church, in which he besets upon Peter. Like, what do you think? What do you take with this in Matthew's?
I believe what Matthew said. He said in Matthew 7:12, he said, "Whatsoever ye do to others, ye have done to yourself." And that actually talks about our intention. What is our intention in relationship to others? Because we can't control what the side effects are. Like Jesus might have washed the feet of the prostitute, and then her feet were slippery, so she fell and broke her neck. But Jesus' intention wasn't to break her neck or to harm her. Jesus' intention was to help her. Jesus gave back sight to that blind guy. His intention was to help. That blind guy might, because his sight was all, he became blind again, he might have fell off a cliff simply because he could see again. So it's your intention, right? And that self-reflection and going into prayer, you sacrifice yourself, your ego, unto God. That's why American Christianity can be very problematic, because there's not much of a record of this continuity of Christianity, the saints, the sages, the great priests, the great people who sacrificed their life to experience theosis, unification with God, to actually experience God. God is something you experience. It's not something you just believe in aimlessly, intellectually. Intellectual belief won't get you into the kingdom of heaven. Like Jesus said in the Bible, faith without actions is a dead faith.
Sure. Do you believe that the soul and mind are going to be like two distinct realities?
Well, there's the Father, there's the Son, and there's the Holy Spirit. A lot of people say that the Holy Spirit is kind of like the soul. The soul that gives us an opportunity to be in connection or communion with God.
This is just partialism. Okay.
Yeah. The relationship with God is not particularly philosophical. It's experiential. So you have to kind of look how much time you've spent in penance or you've spent in prayer. Yeah, it's not an intellectual. You can't have an intellectual relationship with God. It's too vast. It's too wide. It's beyond the human intellect. It's not based in the human intellect.
Yeah, I don't think you can have an intellectual relationship without a connection to God via just your soul or spirit. But I also believe that you can't have a connection to God via your soul or spirit without an intellectual apprehension of who God is.
Well, as long as you follow that up with actions, right? Because what you carry with you is not what you think, but your actions, right? God's not going to ask you what you thought about when you go to be judged. God's not going to ask you what your thoughts are about things when you go to be judged. It's your character. It's your heart. And a lot of people who spend too much time thinking and intellectualizing, they don't have much heart. They don't have much of a connection with heart. That's why it's very difficult to be what we would call a true Christian or to practice true Christianity, because it's about self-sacrifice. That's the story of Christ. Is even Jesus, even the Son of God, sacrificed himself. So what are you doing to sacrifice yourself? And yourself is mainly based in your ego, your ideas, your intellect, your pride about what you think, how smart you are, etc.
How does this correlate to the fact that the intellect is just going to be the ascension to said
Well, I don't know what you're talking about, ascension. I'm not sure what you mean by that. You're judged when you go in front of God, according to your character, your heart, your faith, the actions that relate to that faith. It's not your intellect. Prayer is not an intellectual exercise, right? Prayer is not God doesn't want to hear what you think. God wants your heart. He wants your blood. He wants your surrender. He wants your submission. And it's great for an intellectual person to practice submitting themselves to the ultimacy of God, where their intellect doesn't have any point of reference, where their intellect is totally irrelevant. It's humbleness. It's humbleness in the face of God. It's humbleness in the face of God's creation as well.
So within your semi-Buddhist to Hindu schema of what God is, do you believe that God is in any way composed of parts?
What?
Do you believe that God in any way, shape, or form is composed of parts?
Oh, I don't believe in God. There's a story of Buddha when he was kind of like traveling through the astral realm, and he actually met the guy that the Christians say is God, right? And so he met the guy, and he thought he thought that he created everything, but actually it wasn't true. He didn't actually create everything.
So you're a Gnostic.
I'm a Buddhist.
Well, the Gnostics would claim that the God that created like creation and or gave like a first principle for said creation to exist. This would be like a demiurge of sorts. It would be some kind of evil being that didn't actually create the earth as we know it.
No, we don't believe that in Buddhism.
No, I know that you don't believe that in Buddhism. I'm saying the belief that Christ is going to be inherent and intrinsically God in some sense, even if you don't hold to a deity. I'm asking, do you believe that God in any way, shape, or form is going to be composed of parts? Do you believe that there's going to be like a deity? Yeah, that we hold as a rational appetite, right? Even if you hold that it's going to be intrinsically within the soul, like some kind of like Spinozian theory of God, do you believe that this is going to be true? That God is like composed of parts and it's just going to be the universe?
I don't really know what you're talking about.
Okay, so you don't. So do you, or do you not believe that God is going to be inherent within every single individual person?
Well, God is a thought. God is an idea. Until you go through theosis or like deep religious practice, you develop your relationship with God, right? Then it's just a thought. So it's like saying that God is our thought of what God is nonsense. That's not what God means, right? It's something bigger than ourselves. It's bigger than thoughts. And when you try to take God and put that into this box of thoughts, you're missing out on what religious practice actually is, which isn't thought-based, right? It's your actions, it's your surrender, it's helping the needy, it's doing penance, right? And if you want to learn more about that, you shouldn't be looking towards philosophers or intellectual thinkers. You should be looking towards Christian monks, Christian pastors. You should be looking into the lineage of Christianity, not just modern American Christianity, which is very bastardized, kind of shallow version of, prosperity gospel and all that. God told me if you give me a bunch of money, you'll get more money back. I mean, that's not real Christianity.
Yeah, I don't listen to any like modern Protestants. I'm not a Protestant. I'm an apostolic myself. But anyway, besides that, do you like those to the point that like let's say for this in this instance, that things are going to be true that are outside the mind.
Well, even the idea of things being true or not true is a human conception. It's not God's conception. It's not the mind of God. Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about, appropriating your mind to be the mind of God. It's like American Christianity is a practice of believing that you're God unconsciously. It's like, then you see that, right? And you see that with these prosperity preachers where they're saying, God told me this, God told me that, because it's seeing God as an ego, right? And these guys become basically schizophrenic, thinking they're talking to the God. They're talking to demons. They're talking to the devil.
Well, so Dr. Rob, do you believe that the concept of a devil or a demon is going to be like extramental to the person, or is it going to be instrumental?
Well, it depends on how you're practicing mentally and with your life. If your life is primarily about your ego, your desires, your fears, then that's a life controlled by the devil, right? So the example that Jesus gave is a life of self-sacrifice, penance, forgiveness, humbleness, wholeness, lowness even. Jesus didn't set himself up as a castle and a king and a philosopher. Jesus was just a carpenter. He was a normal man. But he was a normal man who was the Son of God and wanted to spread that message. And when it came time for him, to be sacrificed for the sins, for the ignorance of people, he was open to that because he gave it to God. So instead of giving it to your ego, to your intellect, give it to God through your prayer, all right? Through your relationship with God, through following in the footsteps of Christ, not the footsteps of your own intellectual understanding, which is very, very likened to being controlled by the devil, being controlled by this greediness, this angriness, this delusion, these thoughts, these non-practical, complicated thoughts that reify the ego, reify the self over others. If we can stop reifying ourselves and our understanding over others, then we can give our understanding to God, not replace our understanding with God's understanding or trying to correlate the two.
So Dr. Rob, you so we're just presupposing here that these concepts are going to be like instruments of the mind. It's going to be contingent upon the existence of people. Do you believe like for instance, concrete numbers as a transcendental is going to be?
No, that's schizophrenia. That has nothing to do with God. It has nothing to do with Christianity. It's just schizophrenia showing its head. It's the devil. It's like saying that 33 is a special number. It's numerology. It's pagan art. It's pagan spirituality. It's schizophrenia. And you do, my friend, I promise you that the intellect can turn against you when you rely on your pride and yourself over relying on God. And that God is not based in and God does not rely upon your ego or your intellectual way of thinking.
Dr. Rob, you don't believe in Jesus, right?
I believe he came from heaven to earth.
Oh,
Man, that's a nice steak right there, boy. God damn, boy, put that butter on there.
bro, don't cook it. Eat it just like that, bro. What are you doing?
Put butter on top of it.
What? Why are you cooking it, bro? Just eat it, bro.
Butter on there.
Why are you ruining that perfectly good steak?
Put some butter on it.
So you don't
You're ruining that perfectly good steak, bro.
that these are
Not that hard, bro. It's not that hard.
It's not even gonna help anything.
Rare.
Who said it's not even gonna help anything?
Rare.
No, bro, not really rare, bro. No, bro.
Rare.
No, bro. Not me, bro.
Rare.
Bro, you're sad, bro. Just hop on steroids, bro. Just do it.
Medium rare.
So what
Hey, you got a good source? Who said something about the steroids? Hey, give me some Primo. I want Primo.
Go Primo Holland, bro. Go to
Wait, Dr.
Jack.
Hey, no, is that what I think it is? That is that motherfucking ogre looking ass motherfucker. Hey, hey, bro, I got that shit too, though. You ain't the only one. I got that brown thing too.
Yeah, I'm a little bit big on TikTok.
But yours is more of a protruding.
Yeah, I got edge again too.
I've seen you on fucking TikTok, bro. You're like the ogre bastard, bro.
Bill, how much growth hormone did you blast, bro?
Too much, dude.
I need to get a better
Yeah,
source.
you already
Too much, yo.
Dad.
Bro, I got you, bro. Yo, dishware, just DM me, bro. I got.
So the wisdom that we're utilizing in our path work here is not totally different from the saying that to plant a tree whose fruits you will never see born is correct and what is necessary. So it's the same with our practice of meditation. We're looking for, somebody to come and jerk us off or to inject opium into our brain, and that's not what meditation is for, right? We're working with the mind. The mind is a field. It takes time to sow the correct seeds, to weed out the seeds, the plants, the fruits that are poisoning us, right? And when we practice meditation, when we're more mindful and we're more still, we're more able to see the poisonous nature of some of these things that we're grasping onto, fixating onto, platforming in our mind. So it takes time. But this is already a community. We are already in community. And when people come here, when people come into this live stream, you can consider that you've chosen to show up, to step into my meditation center, this in-person meditation center. And if you want to take responsibility for that or not is up to you. But it is equatable to that. It's just more accessible. But in you seeing me right now and you hearing me right now, there's not a fundamental difference in terms of the body, in terms of the biology of the mind, of us being together in person. The more that we can take responsibility for that, the more that we can do this practice, this Sangha building work, and make more opportunities for deeper practice and deeper support for members of our community. But we are already a community. We are already here. So we should open to that. And, sometimes I hear different teachers talk, and I wonder about how it relates to me, because the way that people act online in spaces like this, it's very difficult to speak to them. It's very difficult to communicate with them because they're hiding behind this veil of, oh, I'm on YouTube. Your body doesn't know you're on YouTube. Your brain doesn't know you're on YouTube. You're hearing somebody's voice. You're seeing somebody's body. You're here. You're giving your attention and time to someone else's presence. And so in doing that, please take responsibility for it. And I'm sure that you've seen the way that YouTube is, the way that people act as commenters. So all the more reason and all the more benefit that you can bring by taking on that responsibility. It might be changing the way you send messages. It might be asking more honest-to-heart questions. It might be calling in on WhatsApp or joining a Zoom meeting. Or it might just be you taking that to heart and being more embodied in the time that you spend here. And that's a practice that I'm doing too, because it's difficult for me because there's all these people who are here, allegedly, that are, saying something to me or thinking something and relaying that, but I can't see them. I can't hear their voice. I can't see how they're holding their body, but you don't have that excuse. And I would hold myself to the same accountability if I was on your live stream, if I was in your environment, if I was in your home. But you have to take responsibility for your choice to be here, for your choice to listen to me, to see me. I'm not talking about some kind of convoluted, how you're gearing or orienting your mind. Your body, your mind, you are choosing to come here and listen to me. That's the intention that you want to look at, more so than the justification for why it's okay for you to be rude or nasty. And we'll have to look deep at that. I'll tell you about my intention. I come here to practice. I come here to create a space for community and for people to be here in the context that I'm in. We have opportunities for people. We've had many people who've come and lived full time at the meditation centers of my teacher for months, for years, members of our community. And everyone here has access to that and is welcome to that. They want to be a volunteer. They want to do a project. They want to build a soup kitchen in Myanmar. They want to become a monk or a nun or attend meditation retreats. There's nothing superficial about what's on the table here. It's too difficult for you to meditate. Okay. But it's too difficult for you to be a human being? I don't know how okay that is. I don't think that life is going to give you some leeway for you not being a human being, for you not caring about morality, for you not caring about actually being a genuine human being. So if you choose to be here, why not practice that? I'm not saying you have to be my student or my devotee or my follower or believe everything that I say, but be a human being. Act in the way that you would act if you came into an open space that someone else was facilitating, that someone else owned, and carry yourself that way. And if you can't carry yourself that way, then go. You're still welcome here, but that's what I would recommend, because you're not going to be making good decisions if you're coming to a place like this where there is a deep good intention. It's not perfect. I'm not enlightened. I'm not finished with my path and my practice. There's a lot of negative emotions and negative mental states that I deal with. But coming into a space where there is a good intention and there are all real resources available, and acting like a fool, acting nasty, acting evil, acting intentionally ignorant and intentionally disassociated, it's not a good thing to do. Does it bother me? Does it bother some other people? Yeah, probably. Is it a good thing to get off on bothering other people? No. Is it a bigger problem than we can solve? No. Is it a good idea to think how we can make ourselves more of a problem to other people? No, that's a very bad idea. It's a horrible idea. We may get off or feel the tension or the friction of being naughty or being bad, but we have a responsibility. So let's take that responsibility and let it empower us and empower our Sangha and empower our community as well. That's my idea. That's my side. If you have a problem or you have a concern or you have something you really want to say, well, say it to me. I'd love to hear from you. This idea, I'm not willing to listen to anybody or whatever. I'm willing to hear from a lot of different people. That's why I do this work in the way that I do it, because I'm very open to hearing from people. But showing me your ass when I'm asking for your face, this isn't Instagram. This isn't a porn site. This is the Monk Life Meditation Sangha.
Something biological that becomes unrecognizable. Like, if you burn something biological, it just all turns to the same thing. It just all turns to ash, to burnt, right? So what do you think? True. Your body that's designed. Yeah,
Is there a difference between like burning and cooking?
No, not really.
You're not actually burning the entire biological
Cooking is
construct.
just like less.
Oh, he returned, bro. Wait.
Burning the meat. You're just
Dr.
doing it
Rob
less.
returned, bro. Wait. Let him
Nigga,
talk.
fuck Dr. Rob, nigga. No, I apologize, Dr. Rob.
Bro,
No, I didn't mean that shit. Nah, he knows I was just kidding, bro.
I mean, I don't know. I think the whole raw meat thing is just like a bunch of kids like lower like.
Yeah, it definitely isn't. It definitely is not. That's just what it has come to. That's what it has come to.
I think the best way like the raw meat thing is just like a lot of little kids like raising their sexual mind seeing a high total testosterone. Oh my god.
Bro, like, okay, so protein just has more nutrition. It's basically as simple as that. It's just more nutrition in the raw meat. Like, that's it. That's how it works, bro.
Well, we learn from and we require as human beings, we require elders, right? Because when you spend, young man, when you spend 20 years, when you spend 30 years going through this diet, you can transmit that lived experience to your children or to your community. Nobody here really knows you, right? And you don't have the lived experience to back up this idea, this practice that you're doing. And so when we operate in that way, it's very problematic because there's no reason for anybody to trust you. And now we're trying to find a way to convince other people of what we're convinced about, and that's not very healthy. It's not a healthy thing to try and do. It's like if your father or your community elder was busy trying to convince other people what he experienced. We have to go back to transmitting our experience, not trying to convince people that what we think is true, because we don't really even know that it's true. It's an idea, it's a thought. You don't know if it's true that raw meat is better. It's an idea that you have. It's a belief that you have.
I've been doing this shit for 2+ years.
2 years is nothing. Like I said, 2 years is nothing. You know, these parasites and all these different things. Who knows what's going to happen? Nobody knows. You don't know what's going to happen. That's called being a human being. We don't know what's going to happen. We know what happens. We know what we experience. It's a belief. It's a belief. It's a belief. And the fact that we can't accept that it's just a belief is a problem because our beliefs are not enough to live our lives fully. And so when we are part of a community, when we have relationships with elders, when we have deep relationships with our parents, they convey to us, they transmit to us information that they've lived through, that they've experienced through. Not just stuff that we find online. All these beliefs and all these radical ideas and these concepts and stuff that people come up with and then believe in, you've got no experience with it. You don't know where it's coming from. There's an old Tao Buddhist saying. It says, the dog chases the mud ball. The lion bites the thrower. So where is this information coming from? What is the intention of the person giving this information to you? If we don't have any access to these kinds of things, we're going to be constantly manipulated and misled into a bunch of nonsensical beliefs.
Follow your own advice, you fucking moron.
Yeah, follow your own advice on how to drive a car and wait till you get in a car accident. We have to have transmissions. We're a part of a lineage. We're a part of a community. The human beings have been around for a long time. The wisdom of the elders.
Yeah, bro. Elders might
Yo,
what, nigga? You know shit.
I'm not gonna lie, like Daniel's saying all this stuff, he probably has the free testosterone of a 13-year-old girl, right? Like that's the problem.
Yeah, he probably has a free testosterone of a 13-year-old girl.
Yeah, you look like shit.
Look at me. What we do?
I mean, you can say I look like shit, but I mean, obviously that's from a genetic condition that I can't control, right?
It's just because of an ego game, and that ego game is never going to bring benefit to ourselves or the society. So drop the ego bullshit.
Robert, just because I had a genetic condition called gigantism.
Nobody cares about your genetic condition.
Are using there's something like, oh, just eat raw meat, and I'm saying, like, I think, if you're actually trying to really just increase your testosterone, why don't you actually use pharmacological agents?
We shall lift each other up, higher and higher. We shall lift each other up. Humble yourself in the wisdom of the elders. We gotta bend down low and humble yourself in the sight of your brother. Ask him what he knows and humble yourself in the sight of your sister. Bend down low and humble yourself in the knowledge of the children. We've got to know what they know, and we shall lift each other up. Higher and higher we shall lift each other up.
That's pretty communication.
Well, we need to take a look at how destructive we are in our communications with one another, how one guy is talking about injecting testosterone, another guy is talking about eating raw meat, and we're just fighting with each other and attacking each other. And I don't know where this culture has come from, but it's led us into this untenable position where we can't communicate with one another, we can't help each other, we can't leverage this technology to communicate, collaborate with one another, and it's an absolute disaster. And if you can't see that, your eyes must be closed. If you can't see that, your eyes must be closed. How broken this culture and this psychology is that we all rely on as Americans, or this modern psychological dynamic. I mean, this is a disaster. Absolute disaster. And if it's not people arguing about raw meat or injecting testosterone into their dick, it's people just memeing and insulting each other. And I'm sorry, but we are the most intelligent animals or human beings on this planet. We should hold ourselves to a higher standard. We have higher capacities than this, and it's an absolute shame. It's an absolute disgrace.
Dr. Rob, you're not actually engaging in any conversation, you're preaching.
I've engaged in all kinds of different conversations. Just because your ego's hurt, because your gigantic ego's hurt, because you're talking about injecting testosterone into your dick, is not what we're talking about here, sir.
Personally, because I never talked about injecting testosterone in your dick, you're lying.
You're telling these young men that you don't know that they should inject testosterone. It's a dangerous practice. It's an unproven practice.
Obviously, not everyone should inject testosterone. You should obviously realize that you have any situational awareness or like any context, right?
I was a Buddhist monk for 8 years. I have a lot of situational awareness, and I know a lot about a lot of interesting things and important things.
You didn't catch that I was being sarcastic and facetious, just saying like everyone should inject testosterone.
Well, now I understand that. Now I appreciate that.
Dr. Rob, I have a question, bro.
Yeah.
In mind.
What?
So, ever since I started eating raw meat, I haven't been sick.
Nobody cares, man. You're jerking off and you're eating raw meat. What do you want everybody to do? Do you want to be the president of raw meat? It's a religious belief. It's an obsession of yours to add on to your identity. If you want to eat raw meat, eat raw meat. So what? This guy doesn't cook his meat. So what? What do you think that means? What do you think that means? This guy eats raw meat. What do you write a Twitter post about it? Write on X, make a TikTok video about it. We get it. You eat raw meat. You eat raw meat. Okay. You like it. You feel good when you do it. Good for you, man.
I'm trying to get you to
This
think.
Dr. Rob guy probably does have the highest amount of testosterone here because he's slowly converting it to hydrotestosterone at a higher rate. Like, this is what people don't understand. Like, yeah, he does have a higher level. Like,
Dr. Rob, you didn't even consider what I said at all.
Bro, I'm not listening to you. I'm not interested in what you think about eating raw meat. I'm going to get my diet advice from my wife and from the Buddhist monks that I follow. I'm not going to get my dieting advice from a random guy. Introduce yourself. Why don't you want me to listen to you? Why don't you introduce yourself? I don't know who I'm talking to, so I'm not just going to take advice from any whip-woo-wah online. I'm not going to do that.
Let's look at the facts. I'm not trying to leak the fucking.
We know this. We know this is true. So, if consuming red meat should have ultimately red meat using our critical thinking, alright? I don't think red meat is 100% safe, obviously. But it's obviously better than
find a middle ground.
Alright, so back to my question. I just had one question.
Let's find a middle ground. This guy eats raw meat. W's in the chat. Is that what you need? You need W's in the chat? Let's all say it. I'm going to eat raw meat for the rest of my life. I will only eat raw meat. Okay? We've solved it. We've figured out the raw meat problem. Okay? We've solved the raw meat problem. Okay? Let's move on. This guy eats raw meat. Raw meat's good for you, everybody. Eat all the raw meat that you can. Eat raw meat till you shit raw meat. All right.
Why can you just mature for once?
So wait, I do have a genuine question for like the raw meat people in the chat. So do you think that the minor amounts of minerals that are being cooked out, do you think that's actually providing
It's not
anything
minerals.
valuable?
It's energy.
It's most of nutrition.
What is nutrition? Are you a nutritionologist? Do you have a degree in nutrition? You need to get educated, man. You need to get educated outside of these little internet circles.
If it's nutrition, wait, guys, genuine question. If it is,
I've had a question for the past like
let me get my point across, and you can speak as much as you want. Okay, here's what I'm saying. Okay, so if you're cooking out the nutrition, then wouldn't this have already been discovered a long time ago?
Yeah, it has. It's a cult.
Okay.
How do you know how?
I think it's a cult for a reason because people follow stupid ideas.
All right, hold on. I want to bring something up before this question comes through. I'd like to bring up a point, right? Okay, so this guy, this young man, let me say this first, Danielito. First thing is, you're Danielito. You're some random guy on the Discord. You won't introduce yourself. Well, be quiet. I'm speaking about something. I'm going to give you the out, right? You're not willing to introduce yourself. You're not willing to introduce yourself and tell us who you are, right? So in terms of raw meat, in terms of the efficacy of eating raw meat, if we look online at scientific studies, at nutritionologist studies, we do all of our investigation, it's all going to say, hold on a sec. It's all going to say all the information, all the science, all the research is fake bullshit, right? So the position that you're putting us in is we have to disregard all scientific consensus, and we got to listen to advice from a guy that won't even tell us who he is, won't even introduce himself. So this is not a good way to operate a society or a community, and I've had enough of it. I've had enough of it, buddy. All scientific research, all scientific data is thrown out. And now the only option we have is to listen to this guy that won't even introduce himself. All the studies are out. All the nutrologists are out.
You're genuinely a fucking idiot.
You heard what I said. You have a religious belief in raw meat eating because you're lacking in meaningful experiences in your life. You're lacking in meaningful relationships with empowered people in your life. And so you are fixating and obsessing on this random idea of what you shit out. Let's see your shit. Let's see your shit. Let's look at it. Let's see your shit. You want to prove that raw meat eating is correct? I want to see your shit. I want to look at your shit. Because the raw meat's only one part of it, right? We want to see the feces on the other end. That'll prove if there's no parasites. I want you to prove that there's no parasites in the raw meat by you showing shit. By you sending me pictures of your shit. You got to examine it. You got to put it out on. I want you to buy a canvas. I want you to buy a white canvas, 6 feet by 6 feet. And I want you to take your feces over a week, and I want you to spread them out and let it dry over that week so that you can scientifically prove that there's no parasites in your raw meat diet. That's science. That's the science that you'd have us believe. That's the road that you're going down. Nobody gives a fuck if you eat raw meat or not. Nobody cares. And you don't even care. It's a game. It's a game. You're not a dog. You're not a cat. You're a human being. You cook your food or you get a whooping. You cook your food or you get the belt. Is that understood to me? Maybe you didn't have a father growing up. Is that understood to me? You want the belt. You're not eating raw food anymore. You understand me? That raw diet is done. That raw diet is done. You understand what I'm saying? You cook raw food in my house. You cook raw food in my house, you're going to get the fucking belt. You understand me? There's no talking about the science of it. I see you eating raw meat, I whoop that ass. How about that? I see you cook raw meat, I whoop that ass. That's the end of the line. Now shut up about it.
You literally you can't answer my question. There's one question I've been asking for the past 10 minutes.
Ask the question, then.
Why is it that since I started eating this way, I have never gotten sick, not even a cold? Can you answer me that, Dr. Rob?
I haven't been sick in a couple years. Should I eat my shit?
Why, since I stopped, I have a
Wait,
so I have a question.
so when if there's a
Why
person,
since when I stopped eating, when I stopped eating meat, I haven't been sick. I've been vegan for 2 years and I have not been sick. Does this mean that I'm now I'm immune to things just
like a
because I'm
fucking
vegan?
lie.
No, it's not a lie. Now you're calling him a liar. So your thing is about calling everybody liars, right? All the scientists are liars. All the nutrologists are liars. All the data is lying. The only person that can be trusted here is you, right? Your ego, your thoughts, your opinion. All the data is a lie. Everything's a lie. Everything's a lie. Everything's a lie except for what I think. Everything's a lie except for what I think. Everything's a lie except for what I think and believe. Everything's a lie except for what I think and believe. Everything's a lie except for what I think and believe. Everything's a lie except for what I think and believe.
Calm down. Relax. Energetic breakdown.
I would be fair, Dr. Rob is
You're having a mental breakdown.
funniest part. It's like just saying it the worst way possible. He is
Like,
correct.
you need to calm down, Dr. Rob. You're having an estrogenic breakdown.
Bro, it's turning red. Stop, bro.
Dude, the reason, Daniel, the reason you have so depressed.
Your temperament
The reason you have no sexual immunoglobulin is because you're on a raw meat diet. Everyone knows this.
Everyone knows what? What the fuck did you say?
So your sex hormone. So do you eat a lot of carbs?
I eat.
Dude, I don't care what anyone says. Mediterranean diet is the best. Mediterranean diet is the best.
Yeah, you guys, we just listened. The best diet, guys, is like if you have bread and it's like kind of dry and then you split it and you put little stuff in it and then like carrots and shit. Dude, you'll be fucking Adonis in no time. You'll ascend, dude. The best diet is a diet of mindfulness and detachment. The best diet is a diet of doing good deeds. The best diet is a diet of looking at your own mind and stop yapping about that bullshit about raw meat. The real raw meat you need to eat is the raw meat inside your fucking brain, buddy.
You can't handle a fucking truth. Why don't you answer my question? You haven't even answered my question.
I don't know what your question is.
You talk so fucking much.
Anecdotal experience does not equal scientific experience. Sorry. Anecdotal experience does not trump scientific data. It never has. It never will. Sorry.
No. All of that stuff is fake. I know you're trying to manipulate me.
You ugly fucking ogre.
I know you're trying to manipulate. I know you're trying to manipulate me.
You know what the fuck is up?
You guys need to mind max. You guys need to mind max.
No hair on his arms. This is sexual immunoglobulin. So
You guys need to mentally ascend.
He knows what the fuck is up. Look at his crawling. Look, I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. Look at that. Look at that, Dr. Rob.
Rob, you're a fucking retard.
If you want to eat raw meat, dude, okay, but don't make a fucking religion about it. If you eat raw meat sometimes, good for you. Do you want $1 million or you want to win the lottery because you eat raw meat, man? Okay, you eat raw meat, great. What do you want? Why do you need to make a religion out of it? Why do you need to make a religion about it that you eat raw meat? Okay, man, you can do that. You can eat whatever you want out of the fridge, man. You're a young man. You can eat raw meat if you want to.
Dude, I'm asking you one question. Hello? Like, are you there, bro?
Are you there? Hello, are you there? Are you there?
I'm asking you one question. You're talking about some religion. I'm asking
Buddy, you've got a broken mentality. Your mental PSL is so low. Your mental PSL is so low, dude. Like seriously, you're sub 5 mental PSL. You've got sub 5 mental PSL. I'm explaining to you that your reasoning and logic is fundamentally not flawed, it's fundamentally ridiculous. You're telling everybody here, hold on, listen to me. You're telling every single person here, You're telling every single person here, all science is fake, all research is fake, don't trust anybody besides me, because I've been eating meat for so many years and I haven't felt sick. It's ridiculous. It's nonsense, dude. It's absolute nonsense. Well, that's what your reasoning implies. It's not what you said, but it's what your reasoning implies. It's not what you said, it's what your reasoning implies.
Like, holy shit. You guys fuck with I literally asked you why didn't I haven't been sick ever since. Even when I come in contact with sick people, and you can't answer my fucking question. Like, the whole time I was asking you that one fucking question, and you're talking all this shit about religion, whatever. You're like making all this fucking shit up in your head. I think niggas are right talking about, like, you're schizophrenic. Like, I think they're right.
You're going to have a schizophrenic father whipping your ass pretty soon, buddy. You want me to take the belt out again? You want me to take the belt out again? Do you want me to take the belt out again? Do you want me to take the belt out again? Do you want the belt? I know he needs it, and he's going to get it. Yeah, he's going to need a lot more than that.
You're nuts, bro. You're genuinely nuts, bro. Like, you need some help or something.
I'm not the guy who's telling everybody to disregard all scientific information because you haven't gotten sick in 2 years and eat raw meat. Okay? That's nuts. I am the founder of Minds Maxing. I am a lecturer. I am a lecturer in the Looks Maxing org community. I am one of the premier org lecturers and mentors in this community. So you don't tell me the way that it is, or I'll boot your ass out of here. You start getting disrespectful to an admin, you're going to get banned out of here. How about that? How's that for raw meat? You're going to raw meat a ban pretty soon. You keep talking disrespectful. You should be eating good deeds. You should be eating, doing good deeds. You need to look at your mental diet.
Yeah, but your physical health and what you eat affects your brain. Your brain is...
Your mind affects your body more than your body affects your mind. That's science. That's called neuroscience. That's called neuroscience.
They both affect each other, but they're linking all these neurodegenerative diseases to diet.
Bro, the fact that you don't understand meditating, bro,
I think ignoring your body and the connection between your body and your mind is stupid.
it's concentrating his chakra, bro. Wait.
This nigga did everything but answer my question.
You are already hyper-emphasizing your body. What you're not emphasizing is your mentality, your mental actions. You are constantly looking at your body. You're constantly thinking about your body. You're constantly attached to how your body feels. When's the last time you practiced meditation? When's the last time you looked at the mind's connection with the body?
Bro, I do that all the time.
Well, you need to do it more. I was a Buddhist monk for 8 years, buddy. I know what meditation is. Well, apparently org cares. As I'm the administrator, I'll ban every motherfucking one of you. How about that? For disrespecting the administration. For disrespecting an administrator.
I just asked you a question.
Having power over teenagers on the fucking internet, like, you're a loser, bro. You're a fucking loser. Channel your fucking gay ass chakra, you fucking faggot. Hey, you can't answer one fucking question. You claim, like, you act as if you're so fucking high. You're such an intellectual man.
Who was that?
Bro, Dr.
Go fuck yourself.
Did I do it?
This guy read these books, but you just swear to God on yourself, bro.
What are your qualifications to be a doctor?
Like, he was the one talking about that you can't believe everything they teach you in school, dude. Like, you're a fucking idiot.
Are you like an MD? Do you have a PhD? Like, what's
He's a
going on?
fucking chud. He's a Reddit
Bro, no
mod
one knows
grown up.
who the fuck Dr.
This is what happens to Reddit mods when they grow up, bro.
Okay?
He was a 4chan mod, bro. Fucking 4chan administrator, and he grew up. And this is what became of him. He wants to have control over teenagers.
We win.
There are no winners in war.
Shut the fuck up.
Can you
Dude.
stop injecting yourself, bro? Like,
Literally, you're like a cornball,
so
bro.
fucking cool.
This isn't a war. This is like basically literally a corny ass dude, bro.
Phil, you need more than that. You put in your so.
Yeah, Phil, bro, that's what changed how.
Niggas fucking painting on video like it's cool, bro. Do you think it's cool that you're painting on camera, bro?
Phil, that's not gonna change your face, bro. It's over.
Phil, do you think it's cool, bro? Do you think that's cool or something that you're doing on camera for?
Yeah, bro, this is just like
Phil, infect that shit into your
why you're doing this to yourself.
They think it's cool. It's like you're smoking a cigarette in the camera trying to be cool, bro.
Why?
Like, why do you gotta do it in the camera? It's like you're trying to be cool. Like, smoking a
Yeah,
cigarette.
but like,
Like, if you want to fuck yourself up but without showing it to the camera, go ahead, but you don't gotta show it.
Bro, you're a hater. You only hate people.
Me? Dude,
No, I love it.
if there was somebody who was just respectful and, like, they could actually have a conversation, bro, I would love them. But everyone
Bro, Daniel loves me, bro.
I too you to my forehead.
Dude, I'll have a conversation with you about this.
I would be glad if someone just, like, could.
Raw meat conversations are officially banned in this VC. Is that understood? We're not discussing raw meat anymore. We're not going to spend hours talking about the fact that this guy shits raw fucking tuna tartare. It's over. We're not having any more conversations about raw meat in this server. Is that understood? That's the administrative law.
Dr. Rob, I got a question.
No one told you to join the fucking
So wait,
call, dude.
what rule says we can't talk about raw meat?
This nigga thinks he's a fucking Discord mod, bro. Like, get the fuck out. No one told you to join, bro. Get the fuck out of here. What the fuck is wrong? You got 40, bro. Get a fucking job, dude. Get a family. Get a family or something, bro. Go start a fucking family,
bro,
dude.
he's laughing, bro. He's trying to hide it.
Go start a fucking family, nigga.
He's laughing.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, it's kind of funny to say that you've ascended your mind, but you're choosing to spend your time arguing with teenagers on the internet. It's kind of crazy.
You're
This
too
nigga
old for
thinks
this,
he's a
bro.
fucking youth instructor, bro. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Dr. Rob.
What? This nigga is schizophrenic as fuck, bro. Yo, I think you're right about this.
No, it's probably his wife, bro. Chill, bro.
No, this nigga's schizophrenic as fuck,
I'm being
bro.
a Discord mod, bro.
Holy
Holy
shit, this
fuck.
nigga.
Nigga is schizo, bro. Recording
Dr. Rob beat the shit out of
Nah,
his
bro,
wife.
Dr. Rob, you have a good life, bro. You have a wife. Why are you doing
Bro,
this?
this guy's been checking for the whole time we've been talking to
What
Dr.
noise
Rob.
what is this?
fucking.
Dude, I'm not.
That's the vegan diet here.
So guys, just FYI, we are live on my YouTube channel. And for everybody, if you'd like to send a donation, we are coming towards the end of the month. So that's our month-end fundraiser. And you're very welcome to participate in that. The channel is Monk Life Meditation. You can donate through PayPal, Streamlabs, whatever's convenient for you.
Shut the fuck up and get out of the call, bro. We're gonna start a family. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
I think you've got bigger problems than cooked meat, just FYI.
Yeah, that's not my problem, bro. You can eat all the cooked meat you want, you fucking imbecile.
And text-to-speech is on, everybody. So if you send a large donation, then that will show up on the screen and everybody will see it.
Everybody was
Listen, you guys got a lot of anger in you. You got a lot of hate in you. You got a lot of bullshit in you. Why are you coming at me, buddy? I'm the mind maxing guy. I'm a guy who's here to help you guys. I got nothing but love for you guys. I'm just trying to be real with you. There's some guy yapping about raw meat. What the fuck are you talking about? Shut up. Nobody cares about fucking raw meat, dude. Nobody cares about what you're shitting out, what you're eating. Okay? I got nothing but love for you guys. I feel privileged to be here. I feel privileged to have an opportunity to be with you guys. But we're just bullshitting and spreading our negativity and our whining. Cut that shit out. Let's be real. Let's meditate. Let's meditate together. Let's work on our minds. Let's actually generate some depth. Right? The saying is that everybody's enlightened, that interbeingness, right? That interconnectedness. But there's different degrees of realizing that. Oh, I'm not listening to you guys whinge and whine and fucking yap about bullshit and tell me about how I'm not cool, I'm not a cool guy. Oh, I wish Clavicular was here. If Clavicular was here, everything would be better. If Andrew Tate flies me out to Estonia, I'll be a happy guy. Shut the fuck up before I whoop your fucking ass with a belt. You got that? You understand that? You keep yapping, get your ass whooped with a belt? You understand what that fucking means? You little twink.
Volume down on him. He's just yapping.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna turn it over.
Whoever just said that is getting server muted and server deafened, so you're not going to hear anybody. I run this shit, motherfuckers. Ain't nobody turning my volume down. I'll ban every motherfucking one of you. This ain't your server. This is my fucking server. You got that straight? You better write a letter to the editor, motherfucker. Dr. Rob shouldn't be an admin anymore. You're in my fucking house, you little twink boys. I shoot up testosterone. It makes me feel good. I'm teaching you how to mind max. I'm teaching you how to work on your minds. I'm teaching you how to actually make something of yourselves. And all you want to do is fucking whinge and whine. We'll turn them down. You'll get fucking banned. You'll get banned. This whole VC will get shut down. It's meditation time. Well, you got to help yourself, buddy. You want to meditate? We'll meditate. You don't want to practice meditation? Then you're not going to help yourself, are you? What do you think? This is fantasy world? You gonna call the principal? The teacher said he was gonna whoop my ass with a belt. Well, guess what? I don't give a fuck what your principal says. I'll whoop your ass until you piss your pants, buddy.
How are you preaching meditation, I'm guessing like Buddhism or some shit, and then talking about whipping children's asses with belts?
I'm gonna get you in line. You want power? I'll show you power. You want force? I'll show you force. You want authority? You respect wealth? Respect the wealth of my leather belt, motherfucker. That's power. That's what you guys respect, right? Power. I'm showing you fucking power now, aren't I? You'll fucking remember me, won't you? You'll fucking remember this, won't you, motherfucker?
You are on a VCU. Calm down. I think you need to meditate again.
No, literally, bro. Yeah, bro, meditate. Lower your cortisol, bro. Lower your cortisol, bro. You're speaking your cortisol right
Take a
now.
little break off the cord, bro. You'll be okay. Just take a little break off the cord.
You're spiking your cortisol right now, bro. Chill. This guy was just undoing his dust with a bunch of teenagers, bro.
I think we're undoing this one.
Even Phil, Dr. Rob, you look like
Hey, Phil, just tell him, Phil.
even Phil, he was
Phil, get the fuck over.
I mean, I just think the raw meat stuff is just bullshit. But like, it's just like at the end of the day, it's just an opinion.
What did I say? We are done talking about raw meat. We are done talking about raw meat.
Mr. Rob, you joined this. What do you want to talk about?
You joined my server.
Oh, I think you earned the server, Mr. Rob. It seems like you have some control issues, Dr. Rob. I think we should all collectively mute Dr. Rob.
I'm so down.
You're getting server deafened. You're going to get server deafened, so you're not going to hear anybody. How you like that? Now you can't hear anybody. Now the guy that said, let's mute Dr. Rob, he can't hear anybody. I've taken away your ears. I've taken away Danielito's ears. How did I do that? Is it magic? Are you going to call the president? You going to call Discord? You going to call Discord? Because he can't hear anymore because I took away his ears?
Like on the actual conversation, I don't think like I don't really think.
He's not back. It's his server. You're in my house, okay? I'm not back in my house. I never leave my house. You're in my house. How am I back? Get it straight.
You need to meditate, bro.
Oh my God, bro. We're not the owner of Looks Max.
Follow your Buddha.
Follow your breath. Follow your breath, not follow your Buddha. That's a bunch of spiritual woo-wah nonsense. Follow your breath. Close your eyes and follow your breath to calm down, to lower the cortisol.
Like, I just here, bro. I want to add you, and I want to send you like befores and afters.
Okay, so like, here's the thing. The problem is like, raw meat is not the only determining factor in these before and afters.
Yeah, it definitely isn't the only one. I also released my fascia. I got more sun. Like environmental was also definitely a big
So
part.
like, I think the vast majority of people are just gonna get more beneficial results out of using like 250 milligrams or like 150 milligrams of testosterone.
But okay, so if your goal is only aesthetics, that might be the better route. But if your goal is health and aesthetics, then the raw meat would obviously be the better route.
Even when we're talking about health, like
We're done with that. We're not doing that. You guys can go have a private call. This is not a podcast. This is not a place for you guys to talk about injecting testosterone and eating raw meat. You guys go and have a private call. Do your little dance together. We're not putting people through that here. Not in my VC. Okay? It's not going to happen. Just to make sure it's clear, okay? This is Dr. Rob's VC. Okay? Just to make sure we're clear about that. You can check the channel name. So we're not having conversations about injecting testosterone versus eating raw meat. You guys can go and have a private conversation about that if that's what you want to be involved with. All right?
Let's have a conversation about injecting HGH.
How about we have a conversation about injecting HIV?
It's a very great idea.
Is that a good idea?
No, dude, because why would you want that?
We're not having a LARP podcast, okay? We don't do LARP podcasts on the Looks Maxing Discord server, okay? You guys want to talk about bullshit, go and have a private call, talk with each other about it. You guys could start a whole Discord server. Start a Discord server on raw meat versus testosterone. You guys go and start a Discord server on that, okay?
Let's talk about religion.
I was a Buddhist monk for 8 years. I'm a Buddhist teacher. I'm a meditation teacher.
You're a Buddhist teacher.
Yeah.
So you're here to teach us about the Buddhism.
Well, I'm here to teach you guys mind maxing. So it's the mental side of looks maxing.
Okay, so for your version of mind maxing, do you think meditation or neurotropics is a better approach?
Neurotropics or cope. What do you mean neurotropics? It's just this ultra consumerism. I'm going to consume my way to being happy. I'm going to consume my way to being the way that I want to be. It's just cope. You want to develop the body, you got to go to the gym. You want to develop the mind, you have to practice meditation. That's it. There's no games about that. What chemicals can I ingest to make me meditate? Just do it.
It's not about
Yeah, bro, like,
about
it's like training tests for muscle.
no, but there's like science behind it.
The science is wrong. The science is fake. It's just cope. And then you'll make in your ego, it's the Dunning-Kruger effect. You'll convince yourself that it's true because you want it to be true. Meditation is to challenge your mind, to investigate your mind. We're not talking about what Chinese chemicals we can shove in our dick. We're talking about investigating our mind. Neurotropics is no longer going to be talked about here. The next person that says neurotropics is getting server muted.
Alright, let's talk about meditation.
What kind of meditation, brother? Shut it.
Dr. Rob, very interested, bro. Dr. Rob, you here with us, kid? Dr. Rob about to pass it.
Doing it right now. Oh.
Dr. Rob taking us some bullshit right now.
Focus on your breathing. Just close your eyes and focus on your breathing.
Dr. Rob lowering all of our cortisols, man.
Bro, chill.
Dr. Rob, do I need a suit to meditate like this?
You need authenticity to meditate. You need genuineness. You need vulnerability to meditate. You need to be willing to be vulnerable to your own mind. It looks like you shutting your fucking mouth. That's what it looks like. It looks like you shutting your mouth. Close your eyes and focus on your breathing. Sit still. Focus on your breathing.
Wow, your wife is so beautiful. Oh my gosh.
These are evil people, honey. Go away. What are you doing here? These are the evil ones.
Your life could have been so great if you just didn't go bald, man. It's actually crazy. It would have been so beautiful.
Hey, Dr. Rowe,
It would have been such a beautiful life.
Bro,
now you have
it's why be silent, bro. It's why be silent.
now you have to live your life.
My daddy and mommy were supposed to be millionaires. Honey, please open the curtain. Please, we don't need to do like that. My mommy and daddy should have been millionaires, but they weren't, and I'm upset. What am I going to do? How am I going to drive the mommy's Bugatti to Monaco? How am I going to drive mommy's Bugatti to Monaco and show everybody my blonde hair? I'll have to build a time machine, won't I? I'm a youth director. I'm a Buddhist youth director, and you are in my classroom. That guy's a punk. That guy's a wannabe. That guy's a wallaby. And I whooped his ass and spanked him on away. Because this is my youth class, this is my youth group, and he's not going to come and pollute it with his wannabe mommy, daddy, millionaire vibes. If my mommy and daddy were millionaires and I was a hot guy, I would have the best life ever. Shut the fuck up. I'll give you the best life. I'll give you the best belt you've ever had in your life. I'll give you the best belt you've ever had in your life. That what you want?
Dr. Rob, do you have like a good income?
Yeah.
My mommy and daddy were supposed to be millionaires, but I'll figure it out somehow. Monaco's calling me. Those are my people. Those are my people. I'll be in that group soon. You're going to go to Dr. getting your ass whooped pretty soon, buddy. Those are my people. I'll get there eventually. Even though mommy and daddy didn't have millionaires, it's still possible. I still have a chance. It's very expensive in Monaco. Hotels and shit are very expensive in Monaco. Very nasty boy. Very, very nasty boy. Shush. No, I'm angry. I'm angry because I'm supposed to be in Monaco, and I'm not. I'm on the Looks Maxing Discord, so I'm angry. Shut the fuck up. Stop whining. Why don't you little bubby boos stop whining and whinging? You little millionaire wannabes. You little blonde-haired wannabes.
8 years of meditation to fall victim to some teenager on Looks Max level, bro. Come on. What are you doing?
Stop whining. That's my advice. Stop whining. Okay? Stop your whinging and your whining. My daddy and mommy were supposed to be millionaires. I'm not sure what happened, but I'll figure it out. Those are my people. Those people in Monaco are my people. I'll get there eventually. Just give me time.
Dr. Rob, I'm sorry, real shit. How tall are you?
It's not about how tall you are. It's about how much integrity you have in your heart. It's about your intention. So what is your intention here and now? That's a question I have you to ask yourself. What is your intention? You're not going to pay me for nothing, buddy.
What do you cost like a pencil?
You little monkeys, you little shit-flinging monkeys are going to learn one way or another, okay? You understand that? You're going to rage bait me? You're going to get rage baited by my fucking belt. My belt of Dhamma. My belt of mindfulness and detachment. My belt of the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, you little twits.
How about you come down here and whoop my ass?
I'm going to come down there and whoop your ass, buddy. It's a long way down. It's a long way down to get down there. It's a long way down to get down there, buddy. It's a long way down to get down there. It's going to take time to get down there. What is this, is this a black pill, the black pill session? Is that what this is here? It's my VC. You understand that, Eagle? It's my VC. Check the name of the VC. This is Dr. Rob's VC. People are going to respect me, and people are going to follow the rules of this server, or they're going to get shut down. I've got 41 viewers on live stream right now. And counting you guys, I've got over 50 viewers on live stream right now. Deal with it. You little millionaire wannabe motherfuckers.
I'm proud of you, Dr. Robbie.
Okay, any questions? Questions or requests or recommendations? Different ideas? Anyone have any ideas? Keep the concentration. Keep following the concentration on the breathing, especially the sensations of the breathing at the tip of the nose. Focus more on that than you focus on the stream of thinking. Put God away, God away, I put God away. It's time to put God away, God away, I put God away.
So many person? No, not a little, not so many, right? Don't very difficult, right? Person don't want to hear, right? Sometimes they don't like want to hear in the good, right? The good is very pain. Right? It's good, very pain, very trust. They not accept us. Step by step. Why you think that? Yes, not think that.
What you cook?
Oh, I cook very picture.
It's time to put God away, God away. In a way it's true. In a way it is true. So where are we at, everybody? What's the mentality? What's the mindset? How are we feeling? Where's our mindset at? Yes, I am a tool of the Dharma. I certainly am. Let the clouds help. Let the rain help. Let the sun help. Let the trees help. Let the nature help. This can be very helpful if we connect with it, take refuge in it in the right way. We rely on our thinking or our intellectual mind. Why can't we rely on the mind of the cloud or the mind of the rain? This is the natural power. Can open. Very beautiful. Oh, yes? Why you need to go? Where you need to go? Buy cheese? Buy the next door, the king. Buy the good cheese. Well, it's an opportunity for you to give. It's an opportunity for you to give towards what you believe in. But I don't need anybody's money. Nor do I want anybody's money. I have my own. Although we do have a monthly rent bill. The way we are nowadays is just a shell. The nature of the shell. The body is one type of shell, an outer shell. The social world is another outer shell. The shell has many layers, it's thick. The nation, the country, society, these are all thick layers of shells. And getting closer, even one's own body is a shell. Deep within is the mind, but the mind is still just the shell. It is not the true essence of the word spirit or soul. The true essence, do you know what it is? That which doesn't exist, doesn't even exist. That which isn't, is not even isn't, or in other words, emptiness. Therefore, the true essence of the truth is that there is none. There isn't even there isn't. Hello?
Are you?
Who are you?
I'm someone learning the art of meditation.
Well, keep learning.